yeah, I was just like, that's how I was saying before. I was touching on that, but it's beautiful. It's a very beautiful scene. It's a very big payoff to read this scene when you're going through the book, because this is the point where we've met all these people coming along the way, and Rambo's been very selective in the scenes he's in. So, Rambo's only a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit there coming out of the framework. But this is where you get Rambo. This whole passage in the book is what makes you thirst. Even though you want more because you're so invested in these other characters, which is a beautiful thing that this book sets up, is the other characters. But now we're at a point where this is the time where the fuse is lit. And Rambo, the Rambo we all know and love. So this, even though it's the last moment in the book, it's the big payoff for the whole book, and at the same time, this is the one that makes you want to read the others that are to come. So, very, very cool. Very, 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 very cool. Alright. Question number 28. Those of you who skipped over the review, you asked for that spoiler. Go back and watch the review at the beginning. Question number 28. The payoffs section here, the passings of the grade. I love the extremes you took it to. Looking back, do you think about anything you would do differently here? Was it intentional to have Danforth and Krakauer be the comedic relief? And what brings the reader, in my opinion, a sigh of relief in the end? It's tense, 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 tense. And then the reader can finally relax a bit and not hate Troutman or blame him anymore with this excerpt. Yes, Wallace writes. Oh no, sorry, wrong question. Very little, Wallace writes. Very little I wrote is intentional of all the characters. Danforth and Krakauer are the craziest ones. So even if it's a selection program, they try to win where there's nothing to win. That probably was the turning point when I understood that everything was going to end very soon. And so the reader's relief you felt while writing it, which is true, because it's almost like an innocence scene. It kind of brings you back full circle to the beginning in a lot of ways. It is the rebirth, but it's a very cute scene in there. Question 29. There is a great full circle feeling to the last pages of the novel. I love how the boys just sleep it off in the end. That, just another day at the office feeling. The great reward and the great rest. Did you rate this final piece as a way to sleep into the sequel? The audience can dream of what's to become from a book shrouded in beginnings to a closed future where the characters will truly begin. Wallace writes, well, thanks to my sporting background, I know these feelings very well and have felt them on my skin many times. After 30 hours without sleeping in the rain, in the cold, and feeling extreme fatigue, a warm, dry, and clean bed looks better than sex. So I tried to describe those feelings the best I could. And yes, the sudden calmness while the storm is still going on outside is a dreamy vision, like it was unreal. You can feel what's coming next, and it's very eerie. It does have a very eerie end. And the ending, there's this nice tone to it that bygones are bygones. Like they're proud and they're ready just to begin on this new path. And yeah, it's a very rewarding intro ending, as I would say. It really kind of feels like, the Baker team book is going to really amp it up a bunch of notches. And I can't wait for that. Can't wait. If you want to send me excerpts, Wallace, if you want to send me stuff to read early, I would be glad. It will be an honor to read it. It will be an honor to read. Question number 30. A big underlying theme I picked up on reading this book was that a person must die if they are to be reborn. They are all ready to die to move forward and serve their country for a shot at redemption and finding a place to fit in within it. In this way, the book feels a lot like a teaser of things to come. Knowing your future plans, everyone going into this knows that it's just a genesis point. Do you have anything you want to add to this theory? Wallace writes, you are right about that. You have to die to be reborn. And I love reborning stories, rebirth stories. My characters want to have their place in the world, but let's say it's straight, who has? Most think that you become an adult when you stop dreaming and start accepting your life in a way. And it's shit. I totally agree with you in that. I always think you have to have that driving force, that the things that those dreams that you want, because those dreams are what, in my opinion, what keep you alive and what keep the gratitude coming. Wallace goes on to say, none of my characters are like that. They prefer to die than live in a meaningless life, just surviving day by day, having children, and then just wanting to get old. None of them see normal life as enough for them, and they are ready to do everything it takes to have more than something more than a normal life. This is another reason I decided to write the Rambo prequel, because I wished to write a novel about that, and Rambo was perfect for it. Well, in fact, I wrote 5 whole novels about that. I totally agree with you on this answer, Wallace. I totally agree. And it's sad because when a lot of these guys come home after paying their way with all of this bloodshed and madness and nightmares that they'll have for the rest of their lives, these unseeable things that they have seen, they don't even get the normal life. They don't even get to have children and wait to get old and feel love, and many of them can't even share their thoughts with their loved ones. It's very sad. It's very sad. Because once you turn, you can't turn back. Question 31. Coinciding with the last question and special features in this book, save it from being considered a false tease. In the future of the series, will you continue this balance of awesome special features with each book? It really makes it feel like you're getting 2 novels in one book, a fact and a factual and an additional fiction release. Wallace writes, the extras will go on, just a little less than the first book. In the second volume, in the second volume, I will explain some of the Vietnam backstory that would be boring inside the novel, and most of all, I will focus on the Baker team's weapons and equipment, so that the reader will be able to see the weapons I mentioned in the novel very easily. Regarding the Rambo movies, I am sorry, but I told everything in the first book. Very cool. Maybe you should do for part 2, you should maybe do the weapon part before the book part. Like how this one you have the book part first, the story part, and then the feature part. And the other one, maybe you should do it the other way around, so that they can get that clear image in their minds of that, of the firepower that's going to be used in the sequel. 32. Question 32. In the beginning of the review, we listed the other tie-in episodes that join into tonight's discussions. Viewer can also find at those links great length details on the special features. Is there anything you would like to add to the experience of working with us on these episodes? It has been a true honor to work with you, and I can't wait to work with you in the future, long past RAMBOMANIA's series finale in 12 months. Wallace writes, it's awesome to be here. Thank you. Thank you, Wallace. Because your questions are always so smart. That pushes me to reflect even more about my own work. Thank you again, Wallace. I will surely return anytime you ask. Wallace, I would love to have you back as much as you want. Wallace continues, it's difficult for an author to see his own work from the outside, and you are very helpful. Well, Wallace, thank you very much. That's awesome. That tickles my heart. It makes my heart smile, because I love talking to you every day. I love hearing what you're coming up with. I love hearing what you got lined up for the future, and I love that you don't quit. I love that you keep going. When life serves you lemons, you serve up lemonade. I love that about you. You keep the dream alive. You keep it alive. And, not many people out there will do that. You throw a stone, like Kevin Smith says. You throw a stone, you see you throw a stone, you'll hit someone who says, why? But you, Wallace, you're the person who says, why not? And that's what I love about you. The why not. Why not do a Rambo prequel? Why not do 5 Rambo prequels? Why not do it for free? Why not do all the extra work for free? Why not do all the translation for free? That is a beautiful thing, Wallace, because in the end, it just shows that you do the work. In the end, it just shows that, the people who are jealous or whatever, it just shows them your love for the character, your love for the subject matter, and, just the labor of love in general. It's, man, to think of the obstacles you have to overcome to get this book out, and knowing that there's 5 more with probably the same amount of obstacles or even more, it's just, I tip my hat to you, man, because that is insane for someone to just think of. It's insane. It's insane to ponder how much work you have put into this. And the work is paying off, man. I see great things for you in the future. I really, really do. Question 33. Oh, and it's my privilege to have you here. And I just want to add that in the future, even after RAMBOMANIA is finished, I look forward to reviewing all your books, even your other books before Rambo, and just let me know, man. My door is always open. I'll always be here for you, and we can always work together. We're brothers, man. We're brothers in arms. So I can't wait to every new experience with you.